What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome to the start of a brand new series that I would like to kick off on here on Madden 17. So basically, you guys all know that Madden is, of course, my main game. It's what revolves around my channel. It's my main upload. I mean, I love football in general, so obviously I'm going to love playing Madden, and I just want to upload some more content of it, and I feel like I don't do enough of that. So you guys know, of course, I have my main two series that I already upload. We've got my connected franchise, or as I like to call my career mode, where I have my created character that I've made for a team, and I go through my season with him, my career. And then we have my ultimate team, which is obviously my main series, my most popular one, where, I mean, I just literally build my ultimate team, go throughout the year. You guys get to see my journey of how I progress with my team throughout the life cycle of, you know, the span of how Madden lasts, like Madden 17, for instance. So, but besides those two series, I just want to do something else where I can create another series where I have like another video a week that, you know, you guys can look forward to, where we can progress through something else and constantly keep uploading. Now, I know, of course, every so often I'll have like a draft champions video, maybe a pack opening, but I want to try and think of something else where I can just continuously upload, you know, one video a week, just to have another series set in stone for you guys. So I've been trying to think of some new original ideas. Obviously, draft champions, for me personally, I feel like it's burnt out at this point. I don't know how you guys feel on it, but I mean, pretty much we've seen all the draft champion challenges, including with last year. I just think it's rinse and repeat at this point. The only thing I feel it's interesting in draft champions is just trying to get the highest overall. We've got Ultimate Team, of course. I mean, there's not really much you can do in that just by building your team, and of course there's squad builders, but honestly, for me personally, like, that takes up coins, and I'd rather save all my coins up and just try and build the best Ultimate Team that I possibly can when the year's all the way, you know, down to the end of things. So the only other thing that I was able to think of, which I think is definitely going to be very fun, and I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are as well, is going to be another connected franchise. However, it's going to be a little bit of a twist to it, so you guys will see what exactly I am talking about. Now, as we come in here and wait for the game to go ahead and, you know, finish our roster, get all the players loaded up, what I have decided to do, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to call this series of this. I'm still trying to, you know, decide on how I want to title it, but you've already seen the title at this point. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere along the lines of like fantasy franchise team, something along those lines. I'm not sure, but basically what my idea is here is I'm going to be, of course, my home team, my favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens. This is the team I am going to choose, and we're going to create ourselves a coach. So John Harbaugh, I love you, but you got to get a new job, buddy. Like, I'm taking your job, okay? So we're going to create ourselves a coach. Let me go through here and see what we're going to do. So I think the type of coach I'm going to go with is going to be team builder. This basically increases the amount of XP our players earn. If I did strategist, this would give us additional scouting points each week, and then motivator would be, it gives us increased influence in trades. That one would definitely be a little bit useful, but I'd rather go ahead get more XP for my players. So there's not a whole lot of customization you can do with the coaches here. I mean, it's kind of bad. I mean, obviously this looks nothing like me, so there's not much you can do about the face or what your guy looks like, but I mean, this is probably something that I would wear if I were a coach, you know, just kind of be relaxed, wearing some sweatpants and a hoodie. But we're still going to stick with the offensive and defensive playbook of Baltimore. But now that we got those things sorted out, what I have decided to do is we create ourselves a new coach. Yeah, that looks nothing like me. We're just going to have to stick with it. But where we're going to start at, as you probably figured out with the title, as I already said the word fantasy, is I want to start things off by doing a fantasy draft. So if you guys don't know, there is this option in Madden when you do connect a franchise where when you select a fantasy draft, basically it's like the NFL completely restarts. Think of it as like, you know, actual fantasy football, if you've ever played that in real life with the NFL, where you draft your team, draft the players at your positions, and gather up points throughout the week. It's somewhat similar to that, whereas you're drafting players. So when you start with a fantasy draft in the game, it's basically like the NFL is completely wiped. Like, there is 0 players on every single team. Like, there's no more Aaron Rodgers on the Packers. There's no more Ezekiel Elliott on the Cowboys, Odell on the Giants. Like, everybody is a free agent, and all the teams start fresh, and you draft all of your players, and everybody has a brand new team with completely different players on every single team, like nothing you would expect. So I just feel like it's going to be fun to go through, have the game actually draft a team for me, and we'll do this, you know, episode by episode, continuing to go on with our team and see how well we can do with a team that Madden goes ahead and gives us all of these players for our team. So for our settings, the only thing that I did change is I do have it on all Madden difficulty, and I put the quarters up to 10 minutes. All this other stuff is by default. I didn't change any of it, so we'll have to see how things work out there. But we're going to go ahead and one more time click on Fantasy Draft. Make sure it's on it, and we'll see what exactly happens.
Your season starts now.
All right, so we're in here, and ooh, there we can see it there at the bottom left. We have replaced Coach John Harbaugh. I mean, like I said, I love you, man, as my head coach, but like, you just need a new job. Like, I'm taking over this team now. So you can see we don't even have a lineup. Like, there's no option to check what our team looks like because we have to do a draft. We have to start completely fresh. Like, there is no Baltimore Ravens right now. Like, there's no Eric Weddle. There's no Terrell Suggs. We don't have Flacco. Like, this is going to be crazy, man. And I went ahead and did this on my stream on Twitch. And, you know, we're starting to talk about this idea with a couple of guys that were in there. So if you guys, you know, don't know my Twitch, boom, it's right there on screen. In case you guys don't know, make sure you guys go ahead and follow me on there so you get to know when I actually play live on there. And you guys can watch me play Madden. But anyways, besides that, when I was talking with a couple of guys that were watching me in stream, they said it would be the best to go ahead and let Madden draft the team for me and see how things work out instead of, you know, me making a decision. So I'm not exactly sure what to expect. So I think this is it. I mean, there's nothing really to do. The only thing we can do at this point is just draft our team, and then we can go forward and, you know, start making some trades, maybe pick up some free agents, something like that. And we'll see how things go. And I think I'm going to simulate the preseason because nobody really wants to see the preseason. I mean, it doesn't count. Like, we don't even care about it in real life either. I mean, honestly, who watches the preseason? I mean, maybe just a little bit, but preseason's dumb, man. So, all right. Anyways, here we go. It's time to kick things off with our new series, episode 1. We're going to go ahead and do our fantasy draft, and let's see what happens, man. I don't know what to expect. I'm pretty sure there is a button where we can hit simulate draft because I don't want to do any of this. Skip it. This is it right here. Skip ahead in the draft. I don't want to look at anybody else's pick. I'm going to blur it out for you guys because I don't want you to see who's been picked, but we're going to select right here, advance to end of draft, and see who exactly all of our team has picked up for us. We're currently in round number 19. This is taking a lot longer than expected. I guess when you're doing a complete redo of the NFL, you're probably going to have a lot more than like 7 rounds of an actual NFL draft. I feel like this is going to go out to like the 30s or 40s, man. Okay, that is it, man. I wasn't completely paying attention. I'm pretty sure that went into like round 50. That took definitely a lot longer than I thought it was going to. That was a couple of minutes sitting there doing that draft, but I'm going to block off that bottom left corner for you guys because I know it's going to pop up and say a couple of players that we ended up signing and, you know, obviously brought into the team. And I'm covering my eyes too. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any spoilers until we actually get to the point of seeing our full team. Now, all I hope, man, this is it. I'm ready to see who we got on our team. Just give me a solid quarterback. Give me a decent running back, like one good receiver. I don't want a couple of good defensive players as well, man. I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to see who Madden decided to draft us. Here we go. Give me a drum roll. It is time to see who our fantasy football is going to be for the Ravens. Oh, this is no way. We got Cam Newton. Oh, we got a good court. We got exactly what I said. One good receiver, a good running back, and we got a good quarterback. This is crazy, man. We got Cam Newton at quarterback. That is going to be insane. Oh, and I just realized preseason we faced the Panthers, his former team. That's going to be cool to see. But we got Cam Newton at quarterback. Okay, and then Melvin Gordon at running back. I like that a lot as well. That's definitely a pretty good combination between the two of them. Our receiving core, we've got Deshaun Jackson. I like it. We've got one speedy receiver. We've got Victor Cruz in the slot. Devontae Parker at number 2. The offensive line seems to be a little I'm not feeling it too much. It seems like the best player here is obviously TJ Lang, 88 overall. That definitely needs a little bit of work, especially at left tackle. Our tight end position's okay. We got a decent tight end, 82 overall, Brent Selleck. But now it's time to go ahead and check out the rest of our defensive players. I'm excited, man. Come on, just let the defense be as good as the offense was. Let's go ahead and check it out. And okay, I see a couple of good players here. All right, at first glance, I'm going to look down here at the defensive line. I like this a lot. We've got Brandon Williams. I don't know why he's only an 81 overall, but, you know, a current Baltimore Raven, they decided to go ahead and draft him for me here in the game. I definitely like that, having him on the defensive line. Not really seeing anybody else important here, but this is pretty funny, actually. I mean, if you guys have been keeping up with free agency in real life, like in the actual NFL, the Ravens did sign Brandon Carr, so it's kind of funny that Madden went ahead and drafted him for our fantasy team here. and actually brought him in. So I like that. We've got A.J. Boye. That's definitely good to have a number 1 cornerback, 87 overall. Our safeties here, Mike Mitchell, might have to consider trading him away because he is a Steelers. You guys know I'm a Ravens fan. Can't have that. You got T.J. McDonald. Oh no, we aren't having this. No way. He's off the team. We're gonna drop him or trade him. If we can't trade him, he's off the team. There's no way. I'm not keeping Vontaze Burfict. He's a dirty player and a Bengal. Do not like him whatsoever. He tries to hurt too many people, so he's off the team. But anyways, we got middle linebacker Dante Hightower. Definitely like that. That's a good player to have there, good user. Christian Kirksey, I think that's his name. I'm not exactly remembering what team he's from, but Dante Hightower is going to be a good user. And then we've got Jerry Hughes. So defense is looking pretty solid as well, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at our specialists, see like who our kicker is and punt returner. We've got, oh, we don't even have a kicker. Wait a minute, what? We've got a lock here. What does that mean? Did we just have like some basic kicker or punter? Did we not draft one? I'll have to look into that. But obviously, Deshaun Jackson's going to be our returner, and yeah, okay, so I'm definitely liking the team, though, man. This is pretty sweet. I love this. So before we do go ahead and check out, actually, this isn't the right tab to be in. Before we go ahead and check out, you know, the trade block, try and get a couple of trades working for us, look at the free agents, I kind of want to check out and see who the rest of, you know, all the other players in the NFL went to. So let's check out, you know, just scroll through and I'll see. Oh, okay, right off the bat here, we've got my quarterback, Joe Flacco, went to the Redskins. That's definitely pretty interesting. I'll hit you guys up in a couple of minutes when I see some more interesting players and see where they went to. This is crazy, man. So, I mean, the Seahawks are still an overpowered team, man. Look at this. They've got Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas. They kept both of their safeties. They were able to draft both. How is that possible? Then they got Josh Norman. I mean, that secondary is still insane. For some reason, Steve Smith, well, I guess, okay, this isn't, you know, currently after he retired, so they got Steve Smith Sr. too. That kind of stings to see a little bit, but they got Jarvis Landry, Carson Palmer's their quarterback. The Seahawks are definitely looking like a really solid team. We're gonna check out the Steelers because they're obviously gonna be our rival. We got to face them twice in this season, and this is looking interesting. They've got Von Miller. They drafted 99 overall Von Miller. They've got Jimmy Graham, Marcel Darius. They got a 90 overall Kalichio Simley. Ooh, offensive line's looking good. I want to see who they have at quarterback, however. They've got Marcus Mariota on to the Steelers. Okay, that's interesting, man. So there is what your Pittsburgh Steelers are looking like. Looks like the Vikings got themselves Antonio Brown, who's also a 99 overall. They kept Harrison Smith. That's interesting. Got LaShawn McCoy. Ooh, this offense looks kind of deadly. They just went strictly offense here in this draft. Man, look at this. They're top, like, what is this, 7 or 8 players? Like, of 6 of 7 players, whatever that was, is like all offensive, but who is their quarterback? I don't even see. They've got Jimmy Garoppolo. He's going to be throwing all these offensive weapons. Of course, you know, we got to check out the Cleveland Browns because it's the Browns. You know, you never could know. They might end up being like a top team in this season because it is a fantasy draft, so it's a complete refresh for them. But their best players in offensive line, that's typical Browns to see that. They've got Patrick Peterson. That's definitely interesting. Alden Smith. Okay, we'll ignore him. John Brown. I'm trying to see who else they've got. Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. Kyle Rudolph. We got an interesting team going here. Not really a whole ton of like big time superstars you're seeing here, but we have to face them twice a year, so I figured I would go ahead and check them out. And then of course we have the Bengals, the other team we got to face twice a year. We've got Janoris Jenkins. He's definitely one of my favorite cornerbacks to play with. We've got a couple of offensive linemen, a few linebackers. Oh, that hurts to see. Terrell Suggs. He's on the rival Cincinnati Bengals. I do not like that. I might have to try and trade to see if I can get Terrell Suggs for Vontaze Burfict. See if we can get our original players back. I think I'm going to try to make that deal happen. Dak Prescott is on the Cincinnati Bengals. That's definitely interesting to see. But there is your 3 rival teams that we have to face off against. Aaron Rodgers. Mr. Aaron Rodgers is on the San Diego Chargers, or I guess it technically could say Los Angeles Chargers at this point. He kept Randall Cobb with him. Okay, that's cool. We got Jamie Collins, Thomas Davis, Pierre Garçon. Definitely looking like a pretty decent offense. This is interesting, man. I love seeing how all these players are on different teams. It's cool. And last but not least, it looks like the Cowboys are still going to have a pretty solid season because they've got 99 overall Tom Brady. They've got Brandon Graham. They still got Travis Frederick. Larry Fitzgerald. That's a good connection. Tom Brady to Larry Fitz. Adrian Peterson is the running back as well, man. This is insane. Ooh, this Jaguars offense is looking kind of good, man. They've got Gronk, Marshall Yanda, who's obviously like the best right guard you can get. We've got Ezekiel Elliott running behind him. They've got Jalen Ramsey on defense. Vontae Davis, that's a good set of cornerbacks to have right there. Jeremy Maclin, let's see who their quarterback is. Let me find him. Oh gosh, the further I go down, the lower the overall gets. They've got... Well, good luck with your season there, Mr. Gronk. So for the most part, that seems to be it for all of like the really important and big time players I would like you guys to see. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely like our draft. I think it turned out pretty well for us. I mean, we got a lot of good players on both sides of the ball. I'm gonna make some trades happen. We'll see if we can do that in this episode as well, get a couple things going. I'll let you guys, also suggest maybe what players you want me to try and trade for, see if I can actually make that happen, because I don't know, I might actually end up going into a second season with this, which then we'll have another draft going on, which we would get a bunch of rookies. So like, I don't want to trade away all my picks, but like, I want to try and trade a couple players back and forth. So if you guys have any down there in the comments, let me know which players you would like to see me try and go ahead and trade. But I am going to work a little bit in this episode right here to see if I can make a couple of things happen. So first things first, we need to go ahead and see if we can get a couple of trades going our way and get some players. So you can see our team needs down there right at the bottom left. I don't completely, well, I guess that does kind of make sense. We definitely could use some offensive line, and we do need a second cornerback. But for now, I want to try and get a little bit of action going and immediately get rid of some of the players I don't want on my team. So me personally, Vontaze Burfict, you got to go, buddy. I don't want you on this team. There's no way you're going to be a Raven. So I want to see if I can just do a one-on-one trade with the Bengals and get my man Terrell Suggs back on this team. I don't know if they'll do a straight-up trade. I hope that they will. What do I do? Do I hit submit and see how things work out? Let's see if they accept the trade. I got to hit submit, yes. Oh, the trade was accepted. Okay, sweet. We've got ourselves Terrell Suggs back on the team. That's perfect, man. I mean, we literally was like, that's like an easy trade. Like, that's instantly one-on-one. I mean, I know it says Vontaze Burfict is a little bit more talented, I guess. He's got 5 stars. Suggs has 4. I don't really understand why. That should definitely be the other way around. But trade accepted. We got Terrell Suggs back on our team. So I just went ahead and took a look to see what kind of free safety we could pick up. And I feel like you guys are going to be interested in this as well. So, of course, I would 100% love to get Eric Weddle back on my team. But because this is a fantasy team, I'll hold off on that. I'll resist and keep Eric Weddle off my team. I'll try and keep a lot of former Baltimore Ravens off, even though I just did bring Terrell Suggs back. That might be the only Raven I do bring back into the team to be, like, obviously original Raven. But for free safety, I want to try and see if I can bring in Eric Berry. So obviously you guys do see Broncos also have 99 overall Julio Jones. So I want to see if we can get Eric Berry on this team, who is a 93 overall. See if we can get like a big time stud at free safety on this defense. So I want to see if they will go ahead and do a one-on-one trade with Mike Mitchell with Eric Berry. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'll give it a try. We might have to throw in a couple of draft picks. Trade declined. Okay, we got to make a better off there. So, okay, that was really bad. Look how low their interest was in that draft. So I'm either going to have to think about adding a pick or a player. So I noticed on the right side there, the team needs a quarterback. That is their #1 need. So I'm going to get rid of this draft pick, actually. And I didn't even notice it, but we've got Jay Cutler as a backup quarterback, man. And obviously, he started his career with the Broncos. So I'm going to throw Jay Cutler in the mix here and see how that affects the trade here. Maybe they'll accept it. Let's see what we've got. Okay, obviously, they don't want a quarterback that bad. Okay, so I just tried going through quite a few trade situations, man, trying to get rid of Mike Mitchell. I tried trading with the Broncos, getting Eric Berry. They're being way too stiff, man. They do not want to get rid of that guy unless they get, like, a first-round draft pick and a super high overall. I was trying to offer a bunch of players. Didn't get nothing going with them. Tried the same situation with the Seahawks for Earl Thomas. Still the same situation came out. Can't get him. So now I'm going to go ahead and try and get Tyrann Mathieu, who currently is on the Buffalo Bills, and I'm trying to figure out what situation I can go with here and see how I can get this guy. I want to see if I can do one free safety for, of course, their Tyrann Mathieu, and then Christian Kirksey, because they could use a middle linebacker as well, which their interest is like slowly creeping up. So I feel like I'm going to have to add a draft pick, which I necessarily don't want to do, but I feel like I might have to. So 3rd round pick, I know that's still kind of a lot just for one player. Let's see if they accept this trade. It's still, oh, they still declined it, but look how close it is for them to being accepted. Man, this is tough. I gotta figure this out. Okay, I have a feeling this trade is going to work, so I'm gonna try and give Mike Mitchell away to a different team, maybe one that really needs a free safety, so they might be like really like willing to actually make a trade happen just for a free safety. So right now I've got my middle linebacker, the second one, Christian Kirksey. We've got Devontae Parker, who's our number 2 wide receiver, and our starting center. The other center we have is a 76 overall, so it's really not that big of a difference. But let's see. Oh, I accidentally just got rid of one of our players. Okay, I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, add Christian Kirksey back in. Let's see if they will go through with this trade this time. And it still got declined. Oh, I just got it to go through. Okay. So, I wasn't exactly paying attention. Wasn't sure what they were going to accept, man. It took a lot. I really gave up a little too much for this, man. So, I gave away Christian Kirksey, our second middle linebacker, Devontae Parker, our number 2 wide receiver, and our 3rd round draft pick in the next year's draft for Tyrann Mathieu, man. Oh gosh, that was a lot. But we've got the Honey Badger on our team. We've got a new free safety. Oh man, that was crazy. We definitely that kind of hurt to get rid of that second middle linebacker. I think it will be okay, but now I got to try and see if I can trade away Mike Mitchell and try and maybe get somebody else on this team. So it looks like the next team I'm going to be trying to make a deal with is the 49ers. So their biggest need is a free safety, which obviously is perfect for us. And they've got themselves a pretty decent middle linebacker. They've got Wesley Woodyard, who is an 84 overall, basically what we just got rid of. I want to see if I can make this happen. So I don't think a one-on-one deal is going to work. Oh my gosh, look how close they are to making this deal. We literally just have to throw in some garbage player. I'm going to try and take a draft pick from them as well, considering I just got rid of one. If they really want a free safety, they'll get rid of something. I wonder if I can take... I wonder if it's too much to ask for their 2nd round draft pick, and then let's see who else we can give them. So we also have ourselves 2 strong safeties, both at 78 overall. I was looking at their stats, and it seems that TJ McDonald is a little bit better. I would prefer him over William Moore, and they also need themselves a strong safety, the 49ers. So if I throw in William Moore, I want to try and take some draft picks from them as well and see how I can work. Okay. So I decided to throw in William Moore as well, since they do need a strong safety. And I'm going to try and take one of their draft picks as well, because we did get rid of one of ours. They're very close to giving this trade up. So I'm going to take away that 5th round pick and see if I can make it something a little bit later, like maybe a 7th. I'll try for a 6th round pick first, and if that doesn't work, I'll go for a 7th round. But, oh, it's so close, man. It's so close. What do I do here, man? Do I try for a 7th round pick? I guess I'll try for their 7th round pick. They've only got one. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see. And it got accepted. There we go. So we've got ourselves another middle linebacker back on the team. So we've got 2 of them. We got ourselves another draft pick back. And we got rid of a free safety we didn't need. And we also had 2 strong safeties that were both at 78 overalls we didn't need. I think that was a pretty good trade. So for now, I think that's all I want to do with the team. I made 3 trades. I'll obviously do a couple of more maybe as these episodes go on. Again, I want your guys' opinions on who you think I should actually bring into the team, who I should try and make a trade for, or exactly what positions I should try and make a trade for. Obviously, both of our tackles are really bad. I might have to look into getting someone else there, but our receivers are okay. We have one pretty good number 1 overall wide receiver. Victor Cruz can probably get it done. We don't necessarily need a 3rd that bad, but the rest of the offense is looking pretty solid. I'm seeing the defense, and it looks pretty good as well. I mean, we definitely could maybe use a defensive end, but besides that, I'm not sure what else we could do. I think I just made a couple of good moves in those trades, and we got a couple things working out with us, and I don't know, man. I'm really excited about this. Like, I think our team is looking really solid. Now, something else I am going to do once I actually play through our season, I'm not going to play a full game. I'm going to do this right here. We're going to do play the moment. So basically, as you guys can see what it says, basically the description of what's going to happen, we're going to get to jump in on crucial 3rd downs, 2-minute drills, red zone opportunities, and more, whatever that means. So I've never done this. I've never actually did the mode where you just play the moments. I usually just play the full game. So instead of giving complete control to us, because obviously, I mean, like, I'm good at Madden, so like even playing on all Madden difficulty, I'm probably going to come out and win most of those games. Whereas if we come in here and do play the moments where maybe we're in situations where we're down, where we got to like like I said, like it's 2-minute drills and we've got to like get a quick touchdown or something like that, we could be in certain situations where we could potentially lose the game. So I think that's going to make it a little bit more interesting instead of, you know, just me taking full control of our team and going through getting some wins. But this episode has been pretty lengthy up to this point. Like I said, these episodes are definitely going to be kind of long because it's just the style of videos that this is. I'm not going to try and, you know, make it quick. So hopefully all you guys enjoy the longer episodes. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, make sure you guys leave some comments down below exactly who you would like me to try and make trades for, who I should try and bring into the team. I looked at the free agents and there's no free agents, man. Like there's not even any point in trying to pick any of these guys up, because if you just look at the top 100, it's all 75 overalls and below. So there's not really too much of a point to come in here in the free agency and try to get some guys. It's kind of worthless. But if there's any guys you want me to try and make a trade for, obviously some guys are really difficult to get. So if you tell me like Odell, trying to get him on my team, it's going to be really difficult. Like I'm probably going to have to give up like my first round draft pick and probably like Cam Newton, Melvin Gordon, and Deshaun Jackson. It's going to be tough, man. But hopefully all of you guys did enjoy this, man. I had a lot of fun doing it. First episode is officially in the books. I'm really looking forward to doing this, man. I think this is definitely going to be a ton of fun going through this fantasy football team with you guys. So again, hopefully all of you guys did enjoy. I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.